Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Now, maybe after some long time adventuring, or you just want to go into it, Fallout 4 has introduced the settlement system, which you see here is a settlement. So this is the first episode of a guide I'm going to take you guys through to turn your settlement from being about a two-person hut, which is this right here, to being a prosperous town, city, stop, whatever you want it to be. Okay? Now the first step is you're going to need materials. Now you can tell I have some materials from just junking some stuff around here. I did set up a trader out, but I'll get into those later. The first thing you want to do, you want to go into your build mode, which you can either hold down select or the button you use to change between first and third person, or you can walk up to your workshop right here and hit A, or whatever button is your select button. Okay, and then you just want to go ahead and junk everything that you don't want to use or don't need, like these junk cars. You want to get rid of all this junk stuff. I'm just using, let me go to my map real quick. I'm using County Crossing as an example of how to send two people, 50% happiness. Not very good settlement. And we're going to take it from 0 to hero in this guide. Because I do have one that's pretty good, 13, 81%. It is 14 by that trading route I set up, which I hope it established soon. But anyways, you want to go into your build mode and junk all your stuff. Now that you've got all your junk cleared out that you don't want, we're going to move on to the first thing you really need in a settlement, which I might actually have to go back and edit out if I don't have my supplies here yet, which I don't think I have yet. But you need settlers. Settlers do everything. Settlers farm the food. Settlers defend. If you set up guard posts, settlers, you know, people in your community, and that will help it grow. Every settlement needs settlers. So how do you get these? Now you can go to your other settlements if you have multiple set up, but for just the purposes of this video, I am just going to go ahead and assume for this entire guide that you are really not too sure about the settlement system in Fallout 4, or the shitty tutorial, which it's pretty bad, didn't really explain it well, which it didn't. So I'm just going to assume that you guys know little to nothing about the settlement system. Settlers do everything. Now you can go to other settlements. I don't know, I'm fucking crazy. Settlements, and send settlers from one to this one. Like I could go here, talk to a settler, be like, hey, go over here. That's one way, but it does take away from your other settlements, which is not very favorable. So you do want new settlers. And how you do that is you want to open up your workshop menu. You need to go over to power. That's where everything's at. And you want to build this generator, which actually did move all my workshop stuff over. So you might have to go to other settlements to destroy stuff or buy some stuff. But anyways, buy some materials, that is. You want to get a generator first. Lay that down. Then you want to go over to miscellaneous and get a recruitment beacon. Now what this does is this will recruit new settlers to your settlement. Now after this, you do want to set it somewhere where the box right there is facing where you can grab it, like not up against the wall. You want to put this down, go back out, go over to your generator and hit Y for me anyways. Attach the wire. When you go over, it does tell you the button, there's a key, whatever. Now you want to turn this on. It is on by default, but for good measure we're going to turn it off. We're going to turn it back on. Now this will recruit new settlers while you're away, so after you get this part set up, it is a pretty good idea to go out and do missions, like do some quests maybe, like you got Brotherhood quest, or you know, just go out and have fun, explore, because settlers will join eventually, but you know, it takes time. Another thing though that you need, you can't leave yet. I don't know why I said leave. You can't leave yet because you need beds. See, now the beds are pretty much the limit on how many people you can. You can have 20 max plus what your charisma is. So for me, I can have 20 max, and then 8 more from my charisma skill. So that's 28 people I can have maximum in a settlement. So, but everyone needs beds to sleep on. That's your limit up until those numbers. And even though you can put beds everywhere, your settlers aren't going to be very happy if you end up putting their bed out in the rain. because that would definitely upset me too. So to build beds, of course, you open up your workshop menu, you go over to furniture, and you go to beds, which requires some cloth. I like building these beds right here. Bed. So I can only make 2 beds. Or I can make 4 sleeping bags. So we're gonna do this. It doesn't matter the quality of the bed, like sleeping bags or whatever, just as long as there is some place to sleep. Okay, we're gonna have to create more room. And if you do have a place like this where there's not very much room, just go over to structures, wood, prefabs, and then do this little floor and roof. Like, okay, you want to set this here. It does kind of connect like a glue, I'd say. That's a good example, like glue. It does kind of connect like that. Let's put a door frame on here. I'm classy, so I have to do all this stuff. Want to attach a door on it like that. Maybe put up some walls. This is really up to you guys. You can just lay down floors in the middle of the ground, the grass, whatever. You know, it's just up to you. I like to make things more civilized and structural, but it's up to you. Comes down to personal preference. Then you want to get furniture, beds, sleeping bags. They are the cheapest to make material-wise. I'm just gonna put that there, that there. It doesn't matter how much room, as long as it's green, you can lay it down. So make as many as you can. See, I just made 4. Now this means, since I have, there's really annoying car outside. Since there's these 2 beds, that's why I have 2 settlers there. Oh, I actually got another settler in the meantime. And then we have the 3 right here. Now you have some beds, and you've cleared out your settlement. Now you're almost ready to start making stuff get done. Now, tune in for the next episode in which I talk about one of the first resources, which is food. You know, you need food to eat for your settlers to eat, and in the next episode we will be talking about that. Please subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment if you're having any trouble with anything. There's a few glitches I've ran into with the building and stuff like that. And yeah, have fun, and I will